Hey all, this is Val here with another Epic 7 video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Commander Lorinna. Alright, now I have my Lorinna almost 100% done. Even though it says it's 100% done here, I still haven't got all the skill ups that I want. But as far as building her and all that good stuff, I mean, that really is done. I mean, skill ups are going to come. They'll come. They'll come. But let's take a look at her. Let's see what I got going on here. All right, first of all, let's talk a little bit about Commander Lorinna. Commander Lorinna, everyone can get absolutely 100% for free. She is one of the connections units. If you're not familiar with connections, just come back out here to the lobby, click on this guy over here, and you can scroll down, and I think she's the first one, actually. Nope, I lied. Where is she? There she is. All right, this is what you need to pick her up. Do it. Do it. She is 120 zillion% worth it. Now, once you get her, she's just Lorinna, just a girl trying to make it in the world of Epic 7 with her trusty spear and, well, like, not much else looking at her armor, but that's okay because she's going to be awesome. You just have to, once you get her, you want to get her to level 50, head down to Hero, go to Specialty Change, and she'll show up here. I've already completed it, so we can't see it. But it will be here. Complete the specialty change, and congratulations on your brand new Commander Lorinna. Now, once you specially change her, you are going to get something new. In Awaken, you want to click on Skill Tree. Now, there's something very important I want to say here, okay? And you can already see from here maybe where I'm going with this, but you can get everything in the skill tree. You don't have to pick and choose. Like, you can pick and choose the first few that you want to get automatically, but you don't actually have to, like, say, oh, I want this skill and not this one. Oh, I want this one and not this one. Don't worry about it. Just get them all. Everything she has is absolutely 100% worth it, but I just want that out there because a lot of people have made that mistake. They thought they went with the wrong build. They reset it, which is quite expensive, and then they redid it. In actuality, you can get everything. It's really just a matter of what you want to get first. The same applies to Clury. Now, let's take a look at mine here. Here is my Commander Lorinna stats. We've got 3.1k attack, 698 defense, 8200 health, 173 speed, 64% critical chance, 190% critical damage, 6% effect resistance, and a 7% dual attack chance. I really like this unit. Of my stats, I don't like the speed and I don't like the critical hit chance. She needs more of both. You can see my gear is kind of lower level, but I am working to update it. It's just I never have gold, as you can see. Now, let's take a look at her skills. Sharp Blow is her skill 1, and it acquires 1 soul when used. Knocks the enemy into the air with a spear, increasing combat readiness of the caster by 25%. You can see all the skill ups really relate to damage, and this ability hits really hard. Like really, really, really hard. I highly recommend updating this ability, but not as your priority. Let's take a look at her second passive. This increases attack by 11% each time the caster attacks an enemy. Effects can only stack up to 5 times. Now this one is very, very much worth using. I've only gone +2 into this because I really focused on her skill 3. Spiral Breakthrough acquired 2 souls when used, and it is a 4-turn cooldown naturally, but as you can see I picked up the 1 turn minus to that, so it's at 3 turns. Pierces the enemy with a spear, decreasing combat readiness by 35%. Damage dealt increases proportional to the amount of the enemy's lost health. So the more health the enemy has lost, the more damage that this is going to do. When you soul burn it for a huge cost of 20 souls, you get an extra turn, which is freaking awesome. So I really like her. Honestly, no matter which one of these 3 you level, first you're going to be happy. Her damage is just crazy, crazy, crazy good. She is now fully awakened. All 6 stars are there. That was a pain and a half, let me tell you. Here's a look at her gear. I went speed crit. If I am going too fast on the stats, just go ahead and give this video a pause and you'll be able to check it out. You can see for artifact, I went with Uberous Tooth. Now, this is just amazing. This is part of the reason why I want her to actually get more critical hit. And also, I wouldn't mind pulling an extra one of these because right now we only have a 75% chance to do it. Now, the extra ability on this is scales from your attack. So the more attack you have, the more this will hit for. Just as an example, so when you use your Spiral Breakthrough, that'll hit for about 22, 23, 25k depending on the enemy, and armor break and all that good stuff. But when this procs, that boosted up to around 24 to 28k with this on. Now, you only got a 75% chance of that happening, so sometimes you will get the crit and you won't see this pop up. That's why I would definitely like to get more dupe Uberous Tooth, so that way we can increase that. And also I need to work on her critical hit chance, which I do want to try to get all in substats, so that way I don't have to sacrifice my attack for that. Now let's talk about that really quick, okay? So when we're talking about gearing a unit, especially a unit that needs like effectiveness or needs critical hit, which are two of the biggest things, you have a choice. You can either go critical hit on your neck or you can go attack. Now, the easy build is to go critical hit here, and then you can go attack here and attack here. The problem with that build is you are losing 40% attack in the case of this necklace to gain critical hit. While that is a good thing, your unit can be even stronger if you get all of your critical hit chance in your substats here. That way it allows you to go with an attack necklace, which is going to make you even stronger. However, if you can't get to your critical hit goal, then using a critical hit necklace will work, and then you need to really focus on getting your attack in substats. The same thing holds true with rings and effectiveness. For instance, on your healers, which you do want effectiveness on, some of them like Requiem War have a defense break. You really want to go HP here, but if you can't and you want your defense brace, because with Requiem War, even at 100%, she still has to pass the resistance check, and effectiveness helps with that. But if you get all of your effectiveness in substats, you don't have to worry about going here, and you can put an HP or defense here and make your healer more tanky. So when I say try to get that in substats, that's why, because overall it makes your unit stronger and it is a much better move than going with either an effectiveness or a crit chance necklace. But sometimes you just don't have a choice. Sometimes it could work out. Maybe the crit chance necklace you had an attack substats. All 4 rolls went into attack, so it's really strong, just as if you had it as a main stat, which is great. I mean, that works out, but just keep that in mind going forward. All right, so let's take a look at her expressions, because we are level 10 friendship. Does that look upset? I don't look upset to me. Sad. Okay, that definitely looks sad. She's like, oh man, today sucks. I just want to stay in bed and drink some chamomile tea. Well, that definitely looks like a laugh. Flustered? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And last, a special. Oh, there we go. Happy Lorinna. I think for me, I would go with laugh, normal, or special. I like special. Let's leave it there. I like the expressions on her. All right. So let's take a look at what she picks up when you awaken her. Let's go ahead and click awaken. And let's take a look. So our first awaken, we pick up attack. Our second, we pick up more attack. Our third, on skill 1. Normally it just knocks them into the air. But when you awaken it, you get an increased combat readiness of 25%, which is awesome. Combat readiness is what bumps you up in the attack order. The more you have, the faster you attack. So if you get 25%, you instantly jump, versus speed, which makes it when your turn comes up, it gives you more of a boost to move further to attack. So keep in mind, combat readiness is an instant boost to your position in the attack order. Speed is a boost when your turn actually happens. It checks your speed and then it moves you forward appropriately. Speed is not instant, which is why Yuna does not instantly give you turn 1 if she moves first. However, unit like Requiem War, which gives you 20% combat readiness when she moves, will allow your team to move first. The more combat readiness you have, the faster you jump in order. The more speed you have, the faster you move when it is your turn. All right, let's take a look at that 4th awakening. We pick up critical hit chance. The 5th, more attack. And lastly, on the 6th awakening, we get our final 6% attack boost. Now, once you have specialty change, like I said in the past, you do pick up her skill tree. All of these you can pick up at once, and they do stack. So here you can see we have 2% dual attack chance, which is why she has 7% dual attack. We have an increased 2% attack. Here, when using Sharp Bow, increases combat readiness by an additional 5%. So now you're getting 30% combat readiness every time you use skill 1, which is just great, which is one of the reasons why I have her built on speed. Here, you increase the damage dealt. Here, every time you use combat, your spiritual, every time spiritual armament is activated, which is your proc from using your skill 1, you gain an additional 1% defense. We increase critical hit damage by 2%. This one increased the rate of combat readiness reduction of Spiral Breakthrough by 5%. Spiral Breakthrough is your skill 3. When you use it, it does take away combat readiness from the enemy team. So the more you take away, the slower they move. It pushes them back instantly further. Whereas slow reduces their speed when it's their turn, so they move slower. Next is going to be when defeating an enemy with Spiral Breakthrough has a 20% chance to reset the cooldown, meaning if you go ahead and you kill someone with Spiral Breakthrough, it has a chance that you'll be able to use it again the next turn, which is just really awesome. When using Sharp Blow, has a 15% chance to increase combat readiness by an additional 20%. That is crazy. So you picked up the 5% extra in the back, so you have 30%. Then here you have another chance to increase it by another 20%, giving you 50% combat readiness, meaning you're already ready. Building her speed, I think, is a necessity. Increase the rate of combat readiness reduction of Spiral Breakthrough by 15%. So now you're actually reducing. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, you guys get the idea, right? You get the idea. This is just amazing. She is an amazing unit. She hits very hard. I highly recommend a speed crit build. You want to go attack, speed, because the faster her turn comes up, the more combat readiness she's going to get, the more damage she's going to do. Also, when you burn her skill 3, like your next turn, if you killed the first enemy the first time, you have a chance that's going to reset it again, and you'll be able to use your Spiral Breakthrough once more. And even if you don't kill the next unit, say you're starting out fresh on maybe an ad that you're killing on a boss, you're still going to move it further back in the turn order, thus giving your team more time to respond. And it's ridiculously good. And if you happen to one-shot the second unit and this resets again, I mean, you can see where it goes. Granted, you only have a 20% chance, right? So this isn't like going to be something that happens every time. But how many times in other games where there was a 22% chance to proc an additional turn that happened 3 or 4 times in a row, especially with a blue guy who's based on speed, who likes to crush his opponents. So, I mean, it's possible, unlikely, but possible that you can get a streak like that. Okay, so let's wrap up my thoughts on Commander Lorinna. She is an excellent unit. I highly recommend building her and maxing her to the utmost that you can at your point in the game. She provides damage. She does really everything, and she can be used everywhere. I really, really like this unit. I'm a big fan of this unit, and she's free. I mean, what more could you ask for any unit? Thank you all for watching. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Also hit that bell icon so you know when I have a new video available. As always, thank you all for watching, and all you dudes and dudettes out there, stay frosty.